Welcome back. This is Scott, Duke's Baseball Cards and Curiosities. Just a video here showing what I picked up at Twin City Sports Collectors Club Show and Prime Promotions Antique Show at the State Fairgrounds in Minnesota. Picked up some nice items. I first went to the show. I was only there for about an hour and I picked up a few things. Then off to the antique show and I found some more. Not a lot of cards, but I did pick up about a dozen exhibit cards I needed for my set, including this Hank Aaron variation. And the prime thing with this card is it's basically, if I can get that to focus, the distance of the printed in USA from the shoe. That's what I needed, so. But we'll turn the camera around, take a look at some of the other pickups I got over the weekend. Okay, here's the first of my antique show pickups. Two 1962 University of Minnesota Gophers season ticket passes for football. If you look at the back, there's a schedule for the 1962 season. Looks like they play at Michigan. No Ohio State on the schedule. The next item was 1934 football pass, student faculty privilege card. You have to put your picture on there back in 1934. Looks like they went to 4 games out of the 5 listed there. Michigan was a home game. Nebraska was a home game. And NDSU, who used to be known as North Dakota Agricultural College, NDA, was the other team. And here's the only card that I picked up. Hero of the Home Run. You can see it's at Gargling Oil Luminant. It's missing the tab. And if you flip it over, there'll be some advertising on the back. It varies. I've seen several companies advertised on the back of these from many different places. Just think they're cool cards. I'll send it to SGC and get it graded. And I also picked up 2 1964 Minnesota versus Nebraska football programs. Memorial Stadium, 1964. I think Gail Gillingham of the Packers might be one of the bigger stars that was on these teams. The beautiful Coca-Cola center page. And this will have the starting lineup for each team. This was before Gail Gillingham was a starter. He was probably a sophomore. But he went on to be an All-Pro with the Green Bay Packers. And this is my final pickup at the antique show. Iowa versus Minnesota, 1972 basketball program. And the key to this program, they had several great players, several great Gopher players. That gentleman second from the right, let's see what his name was. Oh, it's Dave Winfield, Baseball Hall of Famer. Now, do you see the resemblance? Gophers were coached by Bill Musselman, and that's the year They had several players suspended in a fight they had with Ohio State. Ron Behagen isn't in the lineup here. Jim Brewer, NBA, longtime NBA player. And there's Dave Winfield. There's Iowa's roster. Kevin Cunnert played a few years in the NBA, 7-footer. He also scored a few points in this game. And I've snuck this one into a video already. It's a 1952-53 basketball best pictorial. There's George Mikan on the cover. And there's pictures, all the NBA players. It looks like it's alphabetical. There's Sweetwater Clifton. And up here, Bob Cousy. Bob Davies, who is also an All-Pro. Little bio on Red Auerbach. Arnold as his given name. Centerfold on the NBA All-Star game. Here we have Paul Arizin, George Mikan, Bob Cousy. There's Bob Davis again, Dolph Schayes. There's Mikan and Dolph Schayes. Arizin, Vern Mickelson. Jumpin' Jim Pollard. There's George Mikan. Another Hall of Famer. Vern Mickelson. Jumpin' Jim Pollard. Dolph Schayes. Bill Sharman, who played for the Celtics and St. Paul Saints. He was made it to the bench of the Brooklyn Dodgers, but never got in on a game. And he also coached the Lakers to an NBA championship. And the final standings. How many of those teams do you remember? Syracuse Nationals, Rochester Royals, Indianapolis, Fort Wayne Pistons, Milwaukee Hawks, who are now the Atlanta Hawks via St. Louis. Scoring leaders, Paul Arizin, George Mikan, Bob Cousy. Rebound leaders, assist leaders, free throw percentage, and there's the playoffs. And Minneapolis wins the championship. Here's the next item from the card show. 1948 Junior World Series program. St. Paul Saints, Brooklyn Dodger farm team versus Montreal Royals, Brooklyn Dodgers farm team. Here's the scoring page. Montreal won the series. Here's their lineup. Sam Jethro, Al Goinfrido, Chuck Connors, the rifleman, and on the mound, Don Newcombe. The Saints' best players were already playing with the Dodgers. Roy Campanella came up, played with St. Paul for part of the 48 season, and ended up with the Dodgers, so he didn't play in this series. Also came with some newspaper clippings and the box scores before the series moved on to Montreal. I do also have 3 ticket stubs from the first 3 games. I can add this to the collection for that series. The next program from the show is a 1958 Minneapolis Millers versus the Boston Red Sox at Metropolitan Stadium. Nice Wheaties on front. And Ted Williams did play in this game. And here's a newspaper clipping of Ted. Belts one. Probably one of the few times that Ted Williams played at Metropolitan Stadium. Twins began playing there in 1961. Extra seats were added throughout the years. And extra special comes with a ticket stub. There's the Red Sox lineup. Ted Williams batting third. It's the Boston roster. And here's the Minneapolis Millers roster. A lot of guys that eventually made it up to play with the Red Sox, plus special coach there, Jimmy Fox. And the last item I picked up at the card show. This is a Life magazine. There's Whitey, and then here's the bonus there. Insert post-serial card of Mickey Mantle. And what's better than Mickey Mantle? You also get a Roger Maris. That's the year 61 home runs are on the card. So thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my show pickups from the weekend, and hope you find some great collectibles this week.